Hello and welcome to Devotion to Writing, a channel devoted to helping you cultivate a daily writing practice and realize you are creative abundance. So I'm going to give you a writing prompt at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But you might want to grab a pen and some paper, a notebook, or open up a new file, a new document on your computer or your laptop and get ready to write. But the first thing I want to do is to encourage you to not focus so much on the negative thoughts and habits that you have around writing, but to develop positive ones. So that is, we have to, in our practice, in addition to writing, stop focusing so much on our perceived failures and shortcomings as writers or as creative people or as artists, but instead to keep our focus on the things that we can control. And what we can control in our writing practice is the writing, not what we write so much. So it's not what you write that you can control, but that you write. So showing up is what you can control. And every teacher I've ever learned from, the artists that I respect, they all say the same thing: show up. This is the secret. There's nothing more deep or profound. There's nothing more you have to learn. This is the key to all of your creative success, to realizing all of your dreams. You show up. You show up for the writing. You show up for yourself. You show up for others, for the audience that you will have, for the unborn, for what is not yet come from you, for the unrealized, for the mystery in you, for the divine, for the creative energy that is flowing through you at all times. So this is the first thing: show up. This you can control. The second thing is getting rid of the negative thoughts. If you have this habit of telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, pay attention to that and get rid of it. Allow yourself instead to feel excitement about writing and joy in writing. Your smallest progress is a victory. Allow yourself to feel it, to be glad that you wrote today, that you wrote yesterday. Congratulate yourself. You write 2 days in a row? Excellent. This is a breakthrough. If it's a breakthrough for you, if that's progress for you, sweet, acknowledge it. And if you've been wrestling with an idea, a subject, struggling over a tough paragraph, not sure what a character is doing, not sure how a poem is going to end, and when you finally get that and you get some words around that on the page, allow yourself to be excited by this. This is no small feat. This is something you have worked to achieve. Now, others might not understand this. You can't really explain what you're going through to others who aren't going through the same thing. But enough of the doubt and the negative self-talk around your writing. Like a child taking its first steps, feel that exhilaration of that. Like floating. You're learning to walk, you're learning to write. And you're going to be a little unstable at first, you might even fall, but still you are standing up. You're kind of easing away from the table and you're taking your first steps. So train yourself to feel the excitement, feel the exhilaration, feel the small victory of one step and then another step. If you want to write, you're going to be spending a lot of time alone with yourself writing. Writing takes time, and it takes alone time. So I'd rather in myself feel excited by what I am doing than dreading it and always thinking that it's horrible or that I'm horrible, that I'm a terrible writer, that what I'm doing sucks, right? So we have to change this mindset, and a lot of this is a habit. You are growing each time you write. Each time you write, you are learning. You never get to the end of this. Writing just keeps going deeper. And like anything you do, any skill you hope to develop, anything you're trying for the first time or you're just learning, as you learn, more and more opens up and it becomes more radiant, has more nuance and more depth. You realize that whatever it is you're writing, whether it's writing or it's learning to play the piano or learning a sport or meditating or yoga, you start to realize that this thing is so vast that it can't be learned even in a single lifetime. So you're not here to master anything. You're not going to master it, but you can grow yourself along with growing your practice. So be excited by growing. To grow is to explore. You are reaching up and out into the open air, into the openness, and it's exhilarating. It's also a little scary. There might not be anything to support you, or you may not feel like there's anything to support you, but just remember that each time you write, you're growing out into space, and you're growing stronger. You are reaching places that you've never been before. So before I get to the writing prompt today, just remember your habits around writing. Cultivate good habits about writing, but also cultivate a good mindset and not the negative thinking and negative self-talk. Be positive about the progress that you're making. So the prompt today, I'd like you to write about a time when you were excited by writing. And this could be when you first started writing, it could be a recent occurrence, or it might even be reading the writing of another author and how that excited you. But I want you to write about that experience because I want you to feel the excitement. And when you can feel that excitement, then you could start to remember that when you're doing your own sitting and doing your own writing, engaged with your own practice daily, that this can be an exhilarating, rewarding, exciting experience. It doesn't have to be fraught. It doesn't have to be terrible, terrifying. And it certainly doesn't need to be a space where you come and personally attack yourself or talk down to yourself, tell yourself that you're not good enough. There's enough of that in the world and in our lives. People saying, things that aren't positive. We don't need to be another voice telling ourselves negative things, and they're not true anyway. So get in that habit. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to get more videos, get more support for your cultivating your writing practice. I hope that you will write today. I hope you will write deeply today. And I know that if you do, you will write beautifully because beautiful is what you are. Blessings.